Shannon Sharpe was fired from ESPN after losing a $60 million lawsuit.
What happened?
A 20-year-old woman sued Shannon Sharpe for $50 million after claiming he overpowered her and assaulted her for 2 years.
You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your ass and get your old. These young gals will bite you.
And I apologize, and I thank all my fans for supporting me.
Being a good woman means that you go around accusing people of sexual assault. A good, kind, godly person. Save that rhetoric for the Christians.
Grace and peace, everybody. You saw the thumbnail. You saw the title. Let's get at it. I got to go back and talk about my uncle Shannon Sharpe, and this whole debacle that is the Shannon Sharpe lawsuit. Let's go and bring it in. Let's go.
ESPN confirming to NBC it's cutting ties with its NFL commentator Shannon Sharpe. The move coming after Sharpe, of course, the Hall of Fame tight end, settled a lawsuit accusing him of sexual assault and battery. He has previously denied the allegations against him, and he hasn't been on the air since April. NBC News is out to Sharpe and his attorney for comment, although we haven't heard back.
Shannon Sharpe was fired from ESPN after losing a $60 million lawsuit.
What happened?
A 20-year-old woman sued Shannon Sharpe for $50 million after claiming he overpowered her and assaulted her for 2 years. Shannon Sharpe said her claims were full of lies and that she's trying to get money out of him, and that their arrangement was 100% consensual.
Is there any evidence?
There was evidence that worked in Shannon Sharpe's favor, which were texts of her messaging him, saying what she wanted him to do to her over a 2-year period. However, texts also showed concerning messages from Shannon. They were calling each other racist words, but were playing a role and played along in a weird fantasy. And in some of those texts, Shannon Sharpe did say he was going to overpower her. However, her responses were saying to do it and played along with Shannon. Said, how could he have manipulated and controlled her if she was willingly driving to his house for 2 years?
If it was consensual over text, then how did he lose the lawsuit? Does that mean he was guilty?
He offered her $10 million before the lawsuit even started, and she declined. Some believe that Shannon thought the damage on his image would have cost more than just giving $10 million to her. Others believe he was actually guilty and he's trying to cover it up. And the victim knew she had enough evidence to win. End, he ended up paying her $23 million in a settlement to the 20-year-old where they both agreed it was consensual, but then ESPN fired the 20-year-old then announced she's retiring from OnlyFans, and now Shannon's getting clowned on the internet for acting like an idiot.
But if they both agreed he's innocent, why would he settle if the evidence was in his favor?
Some people are saying he upset people in the industry and she was panicked. Others are mocking him for saying things like, I don't date my age, I date my weight. And that this is his consequence because he's 57 and she's 20.
Well, I hope both parties receive justice.
It's too late! Shannon Sharpe no longer works for ESPN 2025! This wouldn't have happened if you was 50.
But if a group of women were in here and it's like,
This is, pay attention to this. This was really powerful.
come on, they talk to us. How this dating thing? Because it's Mo is different now than when you and I.
It's different, baby. I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
What you trying to say? What you trying to say? Mo?
I'm looking right at you.
I know you looking at me.
I ain't backing down. You better take your old ass and get somebody to love you.
Damn, Mo.
Now I'm looking right at y'all. Let me tell y'all what Shannon needs.
Let me live my
Let
life.
me tell you what my baby need. He need him an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime, okay, and gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon need. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your ass and get you an old out there that can love you old. You're trying to hang out with these young and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it. Damn. When they want you to go for the 4th round, you looking at her like, bitch, listen, you want some money to go to Starbucks? Yeah, because I can't go no further. But if you get your older girl, when you get to that 4th round, she's going to say, hold on. Let me go get you some eggs and cheese and some toast with apple butter, because that's going to get your energy back up. I'm talking right to you. Shit. So he thought I was going to be scared. Yes, I'm talking. And I know an old gal, she'd be good to you. Her name is Elladora. Now, when you know somebody named Elladora, she's old school. These young gals will bite you. Okay?
Did Mo lie? Did Auntie Mo lie? Please let me know in the chat. Did Monique lie? Put a cap in the chat if Mo lied. Write Mo if she said the truth.
Yeah. Okay, guess I got to come on home.
Come on home, Shannon.
I'm sure everybody's heard the news by now that I will not be returning to ESPN. I found out this information a little earlier in the week, and really the only thing that I really ask is, like, guys, could we wait until Monday? My brother's going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I really wanted to be about him, and I wanted to be about my family I know I said, this coming out will overshadow everything that he's worked his entire life for. And unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. And so, as I told him, as I profusely apologized to him earlier today, he said, bro, stop apologizing. You don't have to apologize. I'm your big bro. I'm going to love you regardless. We all make mistakes. And he says, bro, I love you. So I'm done with this. You're done with it too. Move on. And I really enjoyed my time at ESPN. It gave me an opportunity to bring my audience that saw me really just grow. They saw me, Lakers in 5, and they saw me say all these analogies that my grandparents gave me, and I was able to bring that to ESPN. So I'm very, very grateful for that. But I just wished, of all things, like I said, hey, they did what they felt they needed to do, and I'm at peace with that. But I just wish, guys, this thing could have waited until Monday, because I hate the fact that I'm overshadowing my brother, the first two brothers in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and this is what the headline's going to be for the next couple of days. So, bro, again, I know you told me this, I don't have to apologize, but I'm going to do it one final time tonight, and I won't apologize again. I'm sorry that I upstaged you in this manner. That was never my intent. You've been my hero. You've been my role model from as long as I can remember. And I apologize, and I thank all my fans for supporting me when I was at ESPN and every place that I've been, be it Club Shay Shay, Nightcap, Undisputed, ESPN. Thank you guys for your support.
So Shannon Sharpe gave his daughter a $30K wedding, but then turned around and offered his 19-year-old boo $10 million. This girl popped up on my For You page and she said that. I'm like, I forgot about that. That is crazy. First of all, you're Shannon Sharpe. You ain't no average Joe, That is so crazy. But the worst part is there's a lot of men like that. They would be cheapskates with their kids, with their wife. They would give them the runaround to do literally anything. But that girl on the side though, that little play toy, the one that's a secret, oh, the wallet is open. Girl, I'm so glad you brought that to the forefront of our minds. I forgot about that. I don't understand that. How? First of all, 30 bands is crazy. 10 mil is even crazier given to a 19-year-old girl that you was freaking on.
I'm not a
Okay. I don't understand why this young lady is so bothered by that. It's Shannon Sharpe's money. He can do what he wants to do with his money. I do understand. I do agree. 30 and 10 million is kind of crazy. I ain't got any of it. Hey, Shannon, help your boy out. But why are you so bothered by that? And this one right here, I want a big screen her. Let's go.
At all surprised that the young lady who accused Shannon Sharpe of sexual harassment and mistreatment and assault is now able to retire from OnlyFans. And quite frankly, I'm happy for her. I think we could all take some lessons out of her playbook, honestly. Remember what I said a few days ago, that good women get all in this life? I'm not saying that being a good woman means that you go around accusing people of sexual assault. Neither am I saying that it is inherently villainous to accuse men of sexual assault and then demand just payment as recompense. I'm not saying either of those things. What I am saying, though, is that if you do encounter mistreatment, assault, harassment, etc. from a man or from anyone in general, an organization, a group, people, etc., do not at all hesitate to clean their fucking pockets and make their pockets hurt. Save that rhetoric about being a good woman and about I don't want to do to them what they've done to me, and I don't want to pay evil unto evil, and I can't hurt them back the way that they hurt me. I must be a good, kind, godly person. Save that rhetoric for the Christians and stop lying to yourself. It's also not at all lost on me that the same group of men who supported Shannon Sharpe in this whole endeavor are the same group of men who call black women gold diggers for simply stating that if you ask me out on a date to the Cheesecake Factory, you should foot the $50 bill. All that same group of men, the modern day hoteps, broteps, podcast bros, are eerily radio silent in this time. Why? I thought women were gold digging whores who only wanted your money. So now that this Caucasian woman who is young and has her whole life ahead of her can retire from OnlyFans in light of this settlement she received from Shannon Sharpe, Where are all the gold digging accusations? What happened? And please do not be confused about how our Caucasian sisters move. This this settlement that she is taking, that she's going to be able to retire from, give it a few years and she will be married to another Caucasian man like herself, who will be part of the class that she is now part of economically, and they will pump out some Caucasian children and live their best lives off of basically what is generational wealth that was created with the stroke of a pen as the result of Shannon Sharpe voluntarily signing up for race play. So this Caucasian woman and her future Caucasian descendants and whatnot will have Shannon Sharpe and his coonish sex fantasies to thank for why they won't have to work for a living and why they will have a trust fund. While Shannon Sharpe's own children, who are descendants of enslaved people who were enslaved by the ancestors of the same young Caucasian woman, Shannon Sharpe's descendants won't have a trust fund to claim.
Monique, them young ones will bite you. Shannon Sharpe, 55 with a 20-year-old, and his youngest kid is 30. Disgusting. Doesn't even begin to describe it. I said that before, though. I agree. This was largely avoidable on a moral, ethical, and professional level, so I feel bad for nobody on this situation. No argument for me at all. Shannon is not so sharp after all. Yo, why do you do this to him? Why did you do that to him, Shandella? He's fired and she's retired. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He paid her $23 million. He made $22 million on his entire career in NFL. That's a level of stupidity I can't even put my mind around. I mean, you're not lying. Goodness gracious. Grace and peace, everybody. Let me know what you think about this. Do you agree that Shannon was definitely played? He played him, and he was played by himself because he did not exercise discipline. Discipline in a very key area. I don't know if he would have been able to fix it when he was on the conversation with Monique, but unequivocally, he needed to have some discipline, and now he's finding out. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thank you so much for rocking with us and supporting the channel. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.